This is the game. Come on. It's called This Is Not Your House. This is a game that I just kind of found somewhere. I was looking at some recommended horror games that were cheap and that people liked. This seemed to have a pretty good word of mouth. It is, I believe, a point and click kind of deal. So we're gonna just check it out. I think we may need to turn the volume up just a little bit. How's that? Maybe too high. Let's get into it and see. Chat again. Please let me know if the sound needs attention. If I will take your silence as tacit agreement that it is totally okay. This is not your house. Let's go. Roger always knew if he were attacked, it would happen on the walk from his car to his home. So he readied his house key before stepping out of the vehicle. Wait, can you see my cursor now? You do need to see my cursor now, I think. You do. You do. Capture cursor. So he readied his house key before stepping out of the vehicle, keeping it ready as he walked to the trunk of his car. He hangs his groceries from his wrists, keeping his fingers free to open the front door without fumbling. As Roger makes his way to the porch, his eyes start darting between the house's corners. He'd read about a young woman being ambushed in her driveway the week before. He tries to put it out of his mind. By counting how many steps it takes him to reach the front door... Oh, he takes it off his mind by doing that. But he can't stop listening for the sound of someone rushing toward him. Paranoid motherfucker? There's a gentle breeze and the white noise of distant traffic. Oh. I'll turn the game up just a hair. Just a hair. Really just a little bit. Really just a little bit. Roger assures himself he is right to remain vigilant. It only takes a split second for someone to get the drop on you. Steady with the key now, smooth as fast. Roger's key slides in on the first try. It won't turn? Roger removes his key and inspects it. It's engraved with a large H, definitely the correct key. Roger tries the key again. Locked, jammed, broken maybe? Roger takes a step away from the door and scans the area for suspicious persons. He sees no one. He releases his grasp on the key and leaves it in the lock. He drops his grocery bags on the porch. He tries furiously to turn, pull, and push on the key and door handle, every which way, without success. Roger hears something inside. A shadow passes by the window. It looks like someone's silhouette through the curtain. Roger pounds on the door. Open up this instant! The police are en route! The door unlocks from the inside. Can I help you? You can start by getting out of my house. This house does not belong to you. Check the deed, lady. A deed is only a piece of paper. One that proves this house is my property. Personal property is a social construct. Those who inhabit a space own it. Let her have the house, take your house back. Fuck that, I'm taking my motherfucking house back. I have a rotisserie chicken cooling off out here. I'll be eating it in my dining room before it's room temp. She kinda owned you. I guess, yeah, she kinda did. The homeowner attempts to shut the door on Roger. Roger swiftly jams his foot between the door and its frame. He presses his face into the gap his foot provides. I don't think you heard me. Roger shoulders the door wide open. The homeowner is knocked back into the kitchen. You forgot your chicken. Stand your... chat, the chicken, though. I kind of want my chicken. Do you think I can get it back later? I'm gonna stand my ground, because I think if I turn my back to get the chicken, she's gonna, like, fucking kill me or some shit. I'll get it when you're gone. Be sure not to leave too often, Roger. I have a habit of roosting in untended spaces. Roger hears a car start up right outside. He looks out the window to see what's going on. The homeowner waves from the driver's seat of his car and disappears down the road. It can't be, or it can't be. Roger whirls around. The homeowner is no longer in the kitchen. He proceeds to clear the house, room by room, until he's sure she's gone. Roger spent the next few days gathering up every trace of the homeowner's presence and passed it on to the authorities. Doilies, table runners, oiled drape runners, candles. It seemed like she'd lived there for years, leaving things in odd places only someone familiar with the space would. It took Roger an additional half day just to rearrange the furniture. Thankfully, she hadn't moved in on her own. Furniture. Then, there was nothing left for Roger to do, except his grocery shopping. He decided to have his groceries delivered by a boy from the neighborhood for a while. He didn't want to leave the house alone. He started to feel silly about it after a few weeks passed. So he placed a call to the station following up on his vehicle's disappearance. The chat is doing Rodney Dangerfield bits about the game now. Hey! I come home with a rotisserie chicken. She won't let me in my own house and she steals my car. The police explained they were unable to locate his missing car and had no leads. Shed. There's a shed called Shed. Roger bought a junker to handle his errands around town. He didn't notice the walk from his car to his house anymore. Some of these images are hard to make out. The only thing that worried him is whether or not he could turn his key when he got home. My man is schizophrenic. New anxiety. I'm unlocking anxiety-based fucking Steam achievements. That's fucked up. A shadow passes by the window. Again? Music volume up. Up. A shadow passes by the window. End credits. Cody Tierson, creative director. Narrative design. Audio engineer, lead design. Wait, what? Oh, we just did a loop. Okay. Interesting. I see. She was back. She was back. She came back. And she's gonna keep coming back. Forever and ever.
And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever.
What do you say we go again? Endeavor. I love that Pokemon move. It's so strong. All right. We're this time we're gonna get our chicken. We're retrieving the chicken. We're clicking through. We're getting our chicken. Yep. Skeep. Take your house back. Skeep. Chicken, please. Roger turns around to collect his groceries. He sees someone analogous to the homeowner, devouring his rotisserie chicken. This is fucked. I knew this was like magical realism hour when she disappeared from his kitchen and was instantly in his car. She's like she's like a personification of his like busybody anxiety. Ugh, the rotisserie chicken noises. Ugh. The homeowner behind Roger grabs a paring knife. Some spelling errors in here, I think, but that's okay. The homeowner clamps a hand over Roger's mouth and shoves the blade into his back. I knew it. A muffled gasp. The knife forces the air from Roger's lungs. He paws helplessly at the homeowner's arm. Roger's vision narrows and blurs. He tries to bite the homeowner and break free. Her hand remains firmly clamped over his mouth. He can taste the tang of her blood with an unexpected acidity. The homeowner gently lowers Roger to the floor. At least she did it gently. Roger tries to get up, but grows weaker as blood pumps through his heart and out his back. The homeowner keeps him pinned to the floor, pressing down on his chest to strain his breathing. Roger grows tired and slips away into a calm and reassuring dark. The homeowner's analog grabs the grocery bags and carries them inside. It sets the bags on the floor and steals a glance at Roger. "We have plenty to eat tonight. There may even be enough to store in the freezer. We'll need to dress and quarter it to see how much there is. Now close the door. I won't tolerate a draft." The homeowner's analog grabs the door and throws it shut. The goings-on of the house safeguarded from the eyes of prying neighbors by a door and some drapes. End credits. Yeah, chat, you're right. This is way worse than when I got my house back. Again. You know what? I want to see something. Yeah, you can have it. Wait. Back. Let her have the house. Keep the house. I'll take my car and head down to the station. Which car is that? The one I pulled up in. I didn't notice. The only one sitting in the driveway? But sir, that's my car. What in the hell? Yeah. Roger turns just in time to see the car he calls his own reversing into the street and disappear down the road. Here, let me help you with that. Roger tries to run after his car, but the homeowner grabs hold of his shirt. Hello, Mario. Wait, Mario? The homeowner was Mario! And slips it off with one deft sweep. Is she gonna fucking, suck on his nips or something? Roger spins around, trying to grab hold of his button-down. He feels goosebumps forming on his arms as his nipples harden. Chat, come on. Hi, John, also, by the way. But hold on. Give me my shirt back. No need for these either. The homeowner grabs the hem of Roger's pants and yanks backward, knocking Roger flat on his back. The homeowner quickly slides off his pants and the remaining articles on his person. Roger lies dazed with his head pounding from the collision with the porch. You can hear the sounds of rustling fabric and crinkling plastic bags. The homeowner gives Roger the best head he's ever had in his fucking life. Roger wraps his arms around his head and groans. I'm sorry, chat, this is disgusting. Please, not my chicken. The homeowner gathers Roger's things, glides into the house, and slams the door shut. Roger pulls himself to his feet. He cups his twig and berries in his hands and tries to keep warm. He shakes from the cold. Break down the door, wait her out, seek shelter, find help. Someone else needs to be involved here. It cannot just be me and this fucking multiple lady. We find help. Driven by the belief he cannot resolve the house theft on his own, Roger runs off to find help. Running down the road, he spots a police cruiser on patrol. Roger begins wildly flailing his arms and calling out for the vehicle to stop, revealing his huge wiener. The cruiser comes to a halt and an officer steps out from the passenger side. Let me guess, it's the homeowner? Roger sprints toward him, shouting, attempting to explain. No, he's gonna get shot. The officer enters a defensive stance and draws his weapon on Roger. Roger freezes in place, thrusting his hands into the air. Don't move! Hands! Let me see those hands! They're up. I'm cooperating.
Suspect is uncooperative.
I'm cooperating. What am I a suspect of?
Turn around. I said turn around right now.
Roger complies.
Walk backward toward me.
Roger walks backward toward the officer.
Not so fast.
Roger stops in a lethal game of red light, green light. That's pretty good.
Did I say stop?
Roger does not speak, and he does not move. He does not want to alarm the officer.
Come on, hurry up.
Roger very slowly walks backward toward the officer.
I said slowly, not slow motion. Pick up the pace.
Roger does not hasten his pace. He is terrified of doing something that could be seen as threatening.
That's it.
The sound of the officer's thudding footsteps draws nearer to Roger. Roger hears cuffs being readied behind him. He feels the cold metal press against his wrists. The officer thrusts Roger against the hood of his car. Roger can feel the cuffs tightening further, cutting off circulation. Please, officer, I'm cooperating. The officer yanks Roger off the hood and steers him with the chain of his cuffs. The metal digs into Roger's wrists as he fails to anticipate the officer's movements. The officer pushes Roger into the back seat and slams the door. The officer quickly climbs into the front seat and jumps on the radio with dispatch. Roger's naked body wriggles the sound, ew, against the leather in the back seat as he attempts to sit up. The officer brings his fist down on the car's dash.
Keep it down back there.
A few tears stream down Roger's face in the dark. The tears make him feel ashamed, but he cannot suppress how angry and helpless he feels. Please, someone has broken into my house. Look, we're passing by it right now. Just pull over.
The old someone stole my house routine. Save it for the judge, junkie.
I'm not a junkie. I'm a senior citizen and I need help.
You don't see many elderly junkies, huh?
What are you talking about? The officers sit in total silence as they cruise toward the station. Roger sits back and tries not to exacerbate the situation further. Chat member misread back in history as a certain February celebration that we have in America. This game just has a button where you can read about Black history. That would be cool. I don't think it has much to do with the game, but sure, why not?
So you're telling us that you went out shopping and returned home to find your locks were changed?
That's right. Then I started pounding on the door and some strange woman answered.
Strange. How?
What do you mean? She stole my house.
Right, but what is it that made her strange to you?
How calm she was about it all. Acting like I was a perfect stranger and she belonged there. The officers glance at one another.
So you found your locks changed and a strangely calm and comfortable woman at the door.
Yes, but she was in my car as well.
So she left your house?
No, she was in the house and then I turned around and saw her driving away in my car at the same time.
A pair of twins, maybe?
They were her. In the car and the house all at once.
So what happened to your clothes?
She took them right there on the porch. When I turned to see the car taking off, she slipped my shirt off.
Without you even asking?
The officers snicker as they share a look. I didn't even mean to snicker. The snicker was actually pre-written into the scenario, and I just did it intuitively. It's not funny. I was assaulted.
Sir, if a woman came up to me with a smile and asked for my clothes, I wouldn't report her.
She knocked me down and ripped off my pants.
All right, sir. How much have you had to drink this evening?
Not a drop.
So you're telling me you tried to get into someone else's house in a confused state, thought you saw two of the same person, and wandered the streets naked. But you haven't had anything to drink?
That's not what I said. That isn't how it happened.
You've already given your statement. All I need to know is how much you were drinking.
I was not drinking. It's true what I said, every word of it.
Better note that the subject is not cooperating, and we haven't been able to positively identify him.
My name is Roger Cormack. I've already told you that.
Sir, you'll be transferred to a new facility in the morning. You can explain the situation to them.
What kind of facility?
The kind that has the resources necessary to help someone like you.
Oh, dear God. Roger spent the remainder of his life being shuttled between state mental institutions. None were able to properly identify what ailed him. Without a diagnosis and treatment plan in place, they were unable to release him. He raved about the woman who stole his house and his car. The staff learned to tune out his ravings as they did with all the other patients. Content to consider his ramblings those of a madman. Unspecific nonsense that you can hear pressing your ear to any patient's cell door. The end. Wow. What do you say? We do another? I didn't like that one either. That one just made me sad. Too much cops, actually. Too many cops in that one. So this time we... What? I'm gonna let her have the house. Because I get that this is like a feint. I'm like being like, fine, take my house. I'll just go get the cops. And then she steals my clothes. And then... We wait her out. Roger was not one to bully others or be bullied himself. He stood resolutely on his porch like any respectable citizen. Would. He spent the first few hours hollering and pounding on his own front door. As it grew late and cold, Roger began to lose feeling in his extremities. His pounding became limp and inconsistent, and his hollers turned to hoarse whispers. He became warm and a bit drowsy. Roger reasoned it was best to get some rest and assume his valiant opposition in the morning. Morning did not come for Roger. He sat on the porch, curled up, and nestled his head against the front door. It was the comfiest and the sleepiest Roger had ever been. The homeowner discovered Roger at dawn and called the police. Cause of death was determined to be hypothermia. He was tagged as a John Doe and placed in a morgue to await cremation. This one was just sad. Roger's final moments were warm, and he was not afraid. Fuck, dude. Is he drunk? He might just be drunk. He might be having like a fucking episode of drunken hysteria. We're letting her have the house. For now. We seek shelter. With no immediate means of retaking his house, Roger thinks it best to find somewhere to rest. He takes off into the woods in search of shelter from the elements. Roger finds a grove just before dark. What? At its center stands an immense hollow tree. Roger crawls inside and huddles against its bark for warmth. It protects him from the biting wind outside. As he settles into a comfortable position, His breathing slows, and he drifts off to sleep. He wakes the next morning to terrible hunger pangs. It's just one night, dude. Yeah, I think that was the best ending, actually. At least he died, like, warm and not scared. He crawls out of the tree and onto the dewy forest floor. He scrounges around, looking for food. What is this song? When he happens upon a large... Don't eat the mushrooms! A large growth of mushrooms! No! Do not eat. Do not. Roger. Roger.
Do not.
Do not. Except we do. Oh, the music immediately indicates that this is a great ending. Roger consumes the mushrooms with a desperate ferocity. Oh my god, this music, dude. They have a bitter taste, but Roger's hunger allows him to chew through it. As his belly fills with the mushrooms, he hears awesome music. The song has changed. I'm just listening to the song. Hell yeah. Ooh. No, never mind. As his belly fills with mushrooms, he starts to feel ill. His head begins to spin. Spin! His manner of thought shifts, becomes fluid. Roger sees the world around him as a part of him. Or he is a part of it. A very small part. A moat. The homeowner was right, in part. Personal property is a construct, but habitation is not means of ownership. He did not own the immense tree anymore after sleeping in it. Any more after sleeping in it than he did before of knowing of it. The moat merely landed on the tree. In the morning, it came upon some mushrooms and began thinking of the world before itself. It surrendered itself to the soil, to the cool damp, to the network, forsaking hunger, forsaking words like Roger and returning home. Oh my god. Wow. Lie down in the dirt and become mushrooms ending, I guess. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. Skip. I'm gonna take the last one from this, which I believe is Barge break down the door. Began thinking of the world before itself. That is fucked up. That fucked me up. Roger is a strong man, but not strong enough to break a door down with his bare feet. So instead, he takes a swing at the door's window. He feels something warm and slippery pour down his arm as he fumbles with the deadbolt. He manages to get a grip on the lock and slide it open. Roger opens the door and shuffles inside. He hears heavy footsteps from the floor above. The steps indicate the homeowner is headed for the stairs. Shit! Had she found his shotgun? Roger only had a moment to act. We hide and ambush. Roger wasn't sure he could make it to the kitchen and back before the homeowner reached him. This fucking shot, dude. Wow. I can see all but his penor. He pressed himself against the corner wall at the bottom of the staircase, hoping to remain out of sight. The homeowner's heavy footfall makes it easy to follow her movements. Roger sees the barrel of his shotgun slide through the entryway. He grabs hold of it and rushes around the corner. The homeowner falls back on the stairs. Roger yanks the gun away from her with his good hand. The homeowner stares at Roger and tries to sit up. Roger brings the butt of the shotgun down on her face. Fuck yeah, Roger. Fuck yeah. He presses down, grinding and twisting it into her. Her smile peeks out at him from around the gun's stock. She reaches for the trigger. Roger pulls the gun away and brings it down on her face. He does it again. And again. Ugh, that sound. And again. Squeezed. Relentlessly fragmenting and distorting her features into a puddle. He was satisfied when he could no longer see her eyes. The police arrived shortly after. A neighbor called 20 minutes earlier due to the sound of breaking glass. Roger's defense team could not adequately explain the circumstances leading to him viciously beating an unarmed woman to death in his home. What do you mean? She was an intruder and she had the gun! A woman police were never able to identify. Due to excessive facial and dental trauma, missing fingerprints, and a lack of documentation. The jury found Roger Cormack guilty of first-degree homicide. The prosecution convinced jurors that Roger had kidnapped the woman and killed her when she attempted to escape his house. Halfway through reading the word home, I thought it was house. House. Roger now inhabits a cell on death row awaiting lethal injection. Oh my god. Fuck, dude. To address a chat comment, yes, I've eaten mushrooms. I've eaten shiitakes, I've eaten shimeji mushrooms, I've eaten oyster mushrooms, I've eaten enoki mushrooms, I've eaten a lot of different kind of mushrooms. Including the ones you might be talking about, I think. I'm gonna take my house back this time. So I stand my ground. Oh, that's the end. And, yeah, I like mushrooms. Of all varieties. I'm gonna let you read between the lines about my comments here on mushrooms. Because I don't want to, like, talk about, you know, certain substances in a public setting. in too brazen a fashion, you know what I mean? Oh wait, I think I've exhausted this line. Get the chicken. Yep. Taking your house back is not the way to go. You let her have it. Boy, did we let her have it. We seek shelter. You can seek shelter and not eat the mushrooms, or you can break down the door and arm yourself. I have a feeling that winds up with the set. Oh, fuck. Roger darts to the knife block in the kitchen a mere 15 feet away. He yanks out the butcher's knife and wheels around, heading for the stairs. A yellow flash of flecks of cinder. Fuck, man. Roger lies dead, practically eviscerated by his own shotgun. The homeowner calls the police to report the incident. What is left of the body is labeled a John Doe. Man, this poor John Doe fella. It is cremated by the town according to protocol. The local paper released a story about the incident, labeling Roger an unidentified drifter, and the homeowner as a neighborhood hero. Some locals caught the story and recognized Roger from the area. A correction was printed, but it portrayed Roger as an unstable addict to account for his state of undress and violent behavior. Local officers used Roger as a cautionary tale at school assemblies to display the dangers associated with drug abuse. You see, chat? You see? Don't use drugs. It's bad for you. The homeowner was heralded throughout the state as an example of someone who defended themselves when police were nowhere in sight. She was paid handsomely to act as the keynote speaker for a variety of clubs and events over the next few years. Wow. That's fucked. How about we don't eat the mushrooms? Don't eat the mushroom. And then I think the only other thing I can do is admit to being an alcoholic to the police. Don't eat. Roger wasn't sure if the mushrooms were poisonous or not. He didn't want to risk dying for a single breakfast. But dude, they'll make you feel so crazy and cool and good! He let them be. But the fact remained. He was hungry. He set out for the edge of the forest at a brisk pace, skulking through the tree line parallel to the roadway, to hide his nakedness. As the forest thins, he ducks into alleys and hides behind garbage cans. He smells something on the breeze. It's Burger King. It makes him salivate and clench his fists with an aggravated longing. Bright red. something catches Roger's eye. A fire station. They might be able to help. Fire station. They'll help. Reason compels Roger to stop at the fire station and seek assistance. He knocks on the front door. The man who answers seems unfazed by Roger's lack of dress. Sir, is it possible the station has some clothing it could lend me? Or some food to spare? Got plenty of both. Come on in. Roger is given a baggy t-shirt with the monogram of a defunct company on it. Defunct! I like that word. Accompanied by some ill-fitting pants. He relaxes knowing he will not be charged with indecent exposure. Terry is in charge of lunch for the station today. He's got a pot of chili going. God, chat, chili! I want to eat some chili. Might not be appetizing first thing in the morning, but it's what we got. I would appreciate some, thank you. See, would an alcoholic psychopath say thank you when he was offered some chili? I think not. The fireman nods and hurries back with a bowl of chili and a cold beer. That's suspicious. Roger isn't normally one for beer, but it is dark and filling. So if you don't mind my asking, what's got you out on the street with your pecker hanging out? This is in the South. You know it's the South because he said the word pecker. I went out for groceries. Oh, sorry. I went out for groceries yesterday while I was out, some woman broke into my house and changed the locks. I couldn't get back in and had to spend the night in the woods. But why was your pecker out? You like shopping naked? No, the woman had an accomplice who broke into my car while I was trying to get into the house. I tried to stop her from taking the car, but the woman in the house jumped me from behind when I did. I took a bad blow to the head. She stripped me on the porch, and her pal took off with my car. The fireman scratches his beard. Why didn't you go to the police? It was freezing out and getting dark fast. I didn't know how to find the station, and she took my phone, so I just holed up for the night. Glad you made it. Awfully cold last night. Kinda makes it our slow season. I'm just glad I stumbled onto this place. The facade really stands out. I used to pronounce that word facade when I was a young kid playing Pokemon games, and I saw this word. I was like, yeah, that's facade. You got any... Oh, sorry, fireman. You got any kind of documentation to prove you own that house? Of course, I have the deed in a safety deposit box, but I need my ID to get to it. And that bitch took my pants. Damn, dude, you can't just say that. That bitch took my pants with my wallet still in them. You think she's still in the house, or took off in the car with her pal? She had no intention of leaving, I can tell you that. That settles it then. I'll get the blues on the horn and get this sorted for you. The fireman lumbers over to a phone on the far wall. A wave of relief washes over Roger, knowing a civil servant is assisting him. Still, the fireman's reaction to Roger's story troubles him. He doesn't want the fireman thinking of him as a crazy old man. Worse still, Roger worries he is a crazy old man and just doesn't know it yet. Part of him hopes that the woman is still in his house to prove to himself that what he remembers happening really happened. When police arrive at Roger's residence, they find the homeowner barricaded inside the upstairs bedroom, raving that the house is hers. Incorrect apostrophe, sorry. She's been there all her life. It's her childhood home. She demands the police get a warrant to search the premises. She's unable to provide personal ID or proof of residence. What is this melody? Bearing no legal claim to the property, she cannot refuse them entry. They are unable to locate Roger's wallet, believing the homeowner has destroyed it. Roger's social security card and birth certificate are recovered from the premises, which he uses to acquire the deed from his safety deposit box. With the proper paperwork secured and presented to the authorities, Roger is permitted entry to his home. The homeowner is taken into police custody. She's coming back. She's coming back. Roger spent the next several years checking in on the homeowner as she was transferred between a variety of state mental institutions, just like he was in the other ending. He eventually lost track of her in the system. He nearly forgot about her altogether until his car was recovered. It was unearthed at a site in Nevada, where BlackRock was breaking ground on the construction of a new housing complex. What? Too real. Too real. Well, that just goes to show you. Don't go to the cops. Go to the fire department. Roger put the car out of his mind. Wait, what was that? I don't like the stomping noise. Roger put the car out of his mind. He didn't allow himself to worry about the homeowner. Also, to be fair, though, to the police, he was like, I swear to God, she was teleporting and shit. You maybe don't say that. Maybe you keep that to yourself. Maybe you portray it as like, yeah, for sure, it was 2 people. End credits. Wow. The good ending. This is not my house. It was my house. I took it. But he did have the deed. So, what else was there? There was, you break down the door, and then you can either hide and you wind up smashing her fucking head in, or she shoots you when you go for the knife. You wait her out, and that's arguably the best ending, because you just die kind of peacefully in the cold. Find help, and then admit to being an alcoholic, I think. Yeah, I'm drunk as fuck. And I'm gonna fucking puke. Roger hangs his head in his hands. You're right, officer. I've had a few too many tonight. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's alright, old-timer. Just be glad it's not dementia.
I'm very grateful.
Well, you can spend the night in the drunk tank, and we'll release you in the morning.
Thank you, officers. Roger spent the last few hours of the evening resting on his cell bench. It was rigid and uncomfortable, but Roger had learned to deal with discomfort in the service. He's a veteran. He's a veteran. Thank you for your service, Roger. Thank you for your service. True to his word, the officer released Roger first thing in the morning. Roger received a pair of sweatpants from the Lost and Found to replace his jumpsuit. I don't like this music. He had no phone or wallet and no idea what direction his house was in. He'd never been downtown and didn't know how to find his way out. He focused on finding shelter and food. He spent each day meeting his fundamental needs. Most passers-by refused to look at him. Is he just home? This is the homeless ending? The rest were too frightened by his appearance to speak with him. Everyone kept a safe distance from him. He faded into the crowds and entirely out of memory. What are you talking about? Vagabond ending? Skip. Is that all of them? I like how this game has a quick save. I'm like, dude, it's very easy to just, like, speed through and get another ending. We gotta hear the Shroom soundtrack again. I'll tell you what, if I find help, you get to confessing drunkenness, and then that's it. Seek shelter, oh, we could go to the restaurant. We could go to the restaurant. We don't eat. We go to the food. Roger's hunger takes hold of him. It demands satisfaction. I can't get no. He follows the scent in the air and finds his way to the nearby Ultra store. Coming soon to America, Ultra store. I shudder to think what kinds of things you can buy at an Ultra store. It's like a fucking Walmart on steroids. The welcomer at the door barely notices him, distracted by a handheld gaming device. When does this game take place? This motherfucker playing a Game Boy? Roger wanders the vacant halls of the store until he finds men's clothing. He grabs a simple outfit, a pair of socks and some sneakers, and then heads straight for the ready-made meals by the self-checkout. Piping hot pizzas for breakfast. Roger he's got very he's doing Mike Myers face. And I don't mean, yeah, baby, Mike Myers. I mean, like, silently murdering Jamie Lee Curtis Mike Myers. That's like his spitting image of Michael Myers. Roger grabs one of the boxes and takes a seat on the floor in front of the display. He's just eating fucking pizza on the floor of the Walmart. He uses the box as a plate and chows down on the warm treat. A bit sleepy but satisfied, Roger takes a moment to think. With some warm clothes and a full stomach, the answer strikes him almost immediately. Roger shuffles out of the store, leaving discarded pizza boxes and tags in his wake. And no one stopped him? This isn't the America I know. A loss prevention officer would have you, like, fucking chokeholded on the floor in a minute. What is this text? He makes his way to the ATM outside the store's entrance.
Insert arm into automation orifice.
Roger reads the display and looks down. He sees the ATM's orifice. Oh, he sees the orifice, does he? Oh, yes, interesting. Oh, yes. Oh, put it in the orifice, yes. He slides his arm inside. Ugh. It is cold, pulsating. Never stick your arm in the orifice, chat. You just don't do that. You just never do that. Roger looks up at the display. His fingers grope around inside the orifice for the keypad.
Enter pin.
Roger feels the raised shape of the numbers on the keys. He pokes his pin into the pad. The ATM produces his funds. Roger pays for the clothes and pizza while checking out some additional supplies. I thought he was just gonna fucking shoplift all that shit. Roger had never committed a criminal act. He was distressed to discover how easy it was. At his own house in broad daylight. No one paid any attention as he hooked a hose up to the gas tank outside of the house. No one batted an eye when he broke the kitchen window. Or ran the gas tank's hose through it. Oh my god. The music, dude. Not even when he threw the lit Zippo inside. The neighborhood only took notice when they heard the result. The fire department was first to arrive on the scene. Roger was impressed by their response time. Thankfully, their investigative abilities left much to be desired. They declared the fire a natural accident caused by a gas leak. Roger was able to claim the full amount of his insurance policy and use the money to buy a home closer to his grandchildren. Applause. That was applause. There must be more. There must be more. So, let her have the house. Break down the door, no. Wait her out, no. Seek shelter. Was there another choice in seek shelter? I don't think so. We don't eat. We don't have a fucking great time. There was no option in the supermarket ending. Interesting. I think we may have exhausted all of the endings. You would think I would have received some kind of achievement for that, but I don't think I did. Stand your ground. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's all for This Is Not Your House. Seek shelter, find help. Yeah, by not getting the legendary sex scene ending first, I missed out on it totally. Permanently. Can't get it. Have to rebuy the game. Wait her out. There was not an option for wait her out, was there? You just die. Find help. Break down the door. Pop! Back! I wish you kind of had, like, some way of, like, keeping track of your endings that you get. Let her have the house, take the house back. Yeah, chat, I think that's it. So, you know what? We eat the mushrooms. Fuck yeah. Alright, that's all. That's all for this game. How's the temperature with me right now? Pretty cold. Pretty fucking chilly. We need Becco Jam for this. It snowed in Hokkaido already? Damn, dude. I would just listen to this. It is 8 degrees right now. We're in the single digits out here in Kaneyama. What do you say, folks? Do we have time for another one? I think we do. Can you believe this? I'm looking at the achievements for Squirrel Stapler, and the stapler becomes the stapled die is the criteria for that. 53.5 players have achieved percent of players have achieved this. That means about 50% of people have played Squirrel Stapler without fucking dying. That's crazy. That's wild. I think I know which one I want to play too, so let's go ahead and get that queued up. Quit.